that on as
All right.
board minutes
Yep.
for
All
the
right, thank
beginning.
you.
Yes, absolutely.
Good morning, everyone. It is March 24th, 2020. We'll call the Wright County Board of Commissioners meeting to order. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Welcome people here in attendance and those joining us remotely. And we have Commissioner Burrell is here remotely. Yep, that's him. All right. The minutes from the county board meeting on 3/17. Everyone had a chance to
Madam
go
Chair, I'll
through?
make a motion that we approve the minutes.
All right.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Burrell, seconded by Commissioner DeLayden. I do have one tweak on page 6 of 7. To move, Houston read the draft, Wright County emergency declaration declaring state of emergency up to before Vetch said a state of emergency has been declared. If everyone's all right with that? Yep. All right.
No problem.
All right, thank you. More discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Madam Chair, actually, we have to take a roll call vote because Charlie's remote.
I'm sorry, thank you for reminding me, Greg. All right.
Yep.
Roll call vote, Commissioner Potter?
Aye.
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 Charlie?
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes 4-0. All right. The agenda today. So there is.
Yes,
something to
Madam
add?
Chair, I do have the one addition. We were able to get the March 20 minutes, which are from the emergency board meeting that was held on Friday. If we could add those minutes for approval today.
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion to approve today's agenda with the addition of the 3/20/2020
All right.
minutes. I just
I'll
want to say
second.
that.
Made by Commissioner Vetch, seconded by Commissioner DeLayden. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote. We'll just go the same way.
Aye.
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 Commissioner Burrell?
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
Passes. Thank you.
Say that 3 times real fast.
right.
3/20/2020.
All right. The consent.
We'll do the minutes then, or are we adding it right away, or where did we add the 3/20/20?
That's,
I guess we weren't clear.
We could do it.
Do you want to vote that
I'll
separately
make
as
a
we do
motion
with
to
other
approve the
minutes?
3/20/2020 minutes.
all right. Motion made by Commissioner Vetch.
Second.
Is there a second? Commissioner Potter? Any discussion? Any questions? All right. Hearing none. Roll call vote.
Aye.
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 Commissioner Burrell?
Aye.
All right. Motion passes. Consent agenda. Anything you'd like removed for?
Yeah. All right. Motion made by Commissioner Mesh. Second. Is there a second? Commissioner Potter? Any discussion? Any questions?
Turn your TV off.
We're,
Your computer down.
we're hearing it more than 10 seconds later.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I think at this point, item C1, approve request to increase license bureau change fund by 1,000 for a total change fund of 3. I'm not sure that's necessary at this time. I just wondering if that's, well, I'd like to pull it for discussion.
Right. All right.
So you make a motion with the polling of item C?
And I'll make a motion to approve with
C1.
pulling item C1.
All right.
I'll second that.
Motion made by Commissioner DeLayden, seconded by Commissioner Vetch to approve the consent agenda and pull item C1. Roll call vote.
Aye.
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 Charlie?
Aye.
Motion passes. All right. Commissioner DeLayden.
Bob, I'm just kind of curious, with the credit cards and stuff, why we need to increase our change fund for the license bureau. I would assume that we're using less cash.
So, Madam Chair, Commissioner DeLayden, we are having a lot of credit card transactions, but we still have a lot of cash transactions. And the way the fees are set up, it's like a $36 charge. So they're handing us two 20s or a $50 bill, and it's just the way we're handing cash back that we're burning through our change fund pretty fast. So while we're doing this, it empowers us to have two basically change funds ready to go. So balancing at the end of the day, they take the new change drawer and set it in place, and then they can take their time to count this. So this would afford us some abilities to improve our controls and speed up the time at the counters.
Because we do have two cash registers, right?
Two cash registers, yes.
So you actually have two separate drawers, or just, how do you work at that?
I'd have to work with Becky. I'm not sure how much of the change fund is actually placed into the registers, but they have the change fund to be able to go periodically go in there and make the right change for it.
Well, I mean, I guess it's no big deal. It's just,
You're curious.
for now,
Yeah.
since we're shut down, when, how soon that's gonna reopen. I'm assuming you guys are trying to figure out how to get it up and running again or something, because I noticed Sherburne now is taking appointments.
Okay.
Sure.
Commissioner Potter?
Thank you, Madam Chair. To address Commissioner Delyden on this request, I mean, I have to believe that Becky and that would not ask for this if it wasn't necessary in the first place. They didn't do it just for the heck of it, the change fund, like say with the transactions going on. And I just say that whether, and I'm not in favor of tabling it just to have it come back on a board
No,
meeting tomorrow.
I'm
just
not
get it done.
either.
So when they get it approved now, so when they're ready to go, they don't have to come back with another request and clog it. With that, Madam Chair, I'll make a motion to approve the request to increase the License Bureau change fund by $1,000.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Commissioner Potter, seconded by Commissioner Delyden. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Aye.
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 Charlie?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. All right. Moving to our timed items. Mr. Bob Hevola, Auditor Treasurer.
Hey, good morning, Board. Matt is off today, and so I'm going to do my best to cover this. You have the minutes in your packet, but there were several hearings in which we're asking you to approve the minutes for. The first was County Ditch 13, where we were reestablishing the records. So in your packet, you should have those minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the County Ditch 13 public hearing on February 19th.
All right.
I'll second
Motion
it.
made by Commissioner Fetch, seconded by Commissioner Delyden. Is there any discussion on these minutes? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Aye.
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 All right.
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from County Ditch 10 public hearing on February 19th.
All right.
Madam Chair, if I'll just add to that was removal of property from the system, so
Correct.
Yeah, thank you for adding that. All right, motion made by Commissioner Vetch, seconded, did you second it, Commissioner Delyden? All right. Any discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor? Oh, sorry. Commissioner Potter?
Aye.
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 All right, motion passes.
Madam Chair, the third one is the presentation of the redetermination of benefits. There's a public hearing on it. There were two ditch systems, 16 and 19, so I'm asking you to approve the minutes of that hearing for the redetermination of benefits.
I'll make that motion, Madam Chair.
All right,
Second.
motion made by Commissioner Potter, seconded by Commissioner Delyden to approve the minutes. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Aye.
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 Motion passes 5-0. All right. Number 4.
Number 4 was to approve a seasonal country on-sale intoxicating liquor, including Sunday sales for Fountain Hill Winery. My understanding is they already had a winery license. Now they want to sell craft beer. So the township has already approved this. I think the action item was submitted to have you approve this pending township approval, but now we have all the proper approvals in place.
Good.
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion to approve a seasonal county on-sale liquor license, including Sunday sales for Fountain Hills Winery.
All right.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Vesh, seconded by Commissioner Potter. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call vote.
Aye.
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 All right. Motion passes 5-0.
So Board, the last item is to approve a temporary liquor license. This is for an event coming up at Camp Friendship. It's on May 1st, and we believe that there'll be time to have the township meeting in place. So they haven't met to approve it, but if you will approve this pending their approval, then we'll process it as appropriate.
All right.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I don't mind approving this, but I'd say this is contingent upon the governor.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, I mean, events could be canceled, but in the meantime, we can still move forward, you know.
I agree.
Right. Commissioner, I'll just add that it's hard to rush through a liquor license, so they're just
Yeah.
trying to get ahead of it, so.
Right. All right.
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion to approve the temporary liquor license for the True Friends contingent upon the Corona Town Board approval.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Potter, seconded by Commissioner Delyden. Any more discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Aye.
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 Aye. All right. Motion passes 5-0. Now we have Sergeant Brian Johnson from the Sheriff's Office.
Good morning, Board. Thanks
Good
for having
morning.
us, or having me. You guys, in front of you, you have our federal supplemental safety grant, which we participate every year with. That grant allows us roughly about 200 to 250 additional hours of enforcement that we use on the lakes, educational-wise. We primarily focus on the weekends. A lot of the grant is contingent on weather and different circumstances, but it does allow us to get at least 2 to 4 additional recreational service members out on a weekend and getting out there and doing some enforcement and some education. We've been participating with this grant for years. There's no match or what have you, so we just are based on our numbers and our stats. And I believe we're right about the same last year. I think we were at 9,500 as well last year.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, this really helps, and I think as long as we've been on board that this has come before us, so we appreciate all the dollars we can get.
I'll make a motion to approve the Minnesota DNR Wright County grant.
All right, motion made by Commissioner Glyden, seconded by Commissioner Vetch. And this is a resolution. Is there any discussion? No? All right, resolution, so we'll do a roll call vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, resolution passes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Virgil Hawkins, our highway engineer.
Morning, Madam Chair,
Morning.
Board of Commissioners. Today, there's 2 items for Highway to consider. The first is approving an agreement 20-52 for Highway 8 alternate bid work in the city of Maple Lake. The city is wanting to do water main replacement, curb and gutter, pedestrian ramps, along with our pavement project. So we've been in discussions with them the last couple of years, letting them know our project's coming, and they developed water main plans. So this agreement outlines participation, construction, and responsibilities.
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion to approve Agreement 2052 with the City of Maple Lake for CASA 8.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Vetch, seconded by Commissioner Delyden. Is this a resolution?
No resolution.
Right, I didn't have it in front of me, so.
We're doing roll call.
We're doing either way.
Is there any discussion about this agreement? Hearing none?
Madam Chair,
Yes,
could
Commissioner
you
Brown.
just ask Virgil approximately when the road would be back opened up? When are they planning on it being open again?
So due to the extensive work on this part of Highway 8 in Maple Lake, they'll have to close this down, and there'll be a detour, and that'll last about 3 months.
Oh, it will last 3 months.
3 months.
So, yeah, Mr. Hawkins, is that, we don't know the time frame though, or?
Right now, we haven't scheduled a pre-construction meeting yet, but I'm guessing mid-June,
Okay,
early June, probably start.
all right.
Those water main
Did you hear
works
that,
are a
Commissioner
lot.
Brown?
Yeah, yes, I did. Thank you,
Okay,
Madam Chair.
good. Yep, that answers your question?
Yes, and then I guess the other thing is the detour, I suppose, would be County Road 7 at that time?
Yeah, actually, I don't recall offhand where the detour is on this one, but we are using some of MnDOT's Highways 55 for the detour route around, actually, I think it's detoured on 55, 12, up to 39,
Okay,
if I recall. So not 7.
Thank you.
all right. Any more discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Aye.
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 All right, motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
the second item is to award the contract for the 2020 pavement preservation project. We opened bids March 17th, and the low bidder was Knife River of Sauk Rapids in the amount of $7,677,996.11. That includes the base bid plus the alternate bid work in Maple Lake.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to award the contract 20-01 pavement preservation project to Knife River.
All right, motion made by Commissioner Potter. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Vetch. Any discussion?
Madam Chair?
Yes.
Virgil, with the oil prices going down, are we noticing any, is this reflecting any of the?
You know, we did not on this bid. The bids came in right about what we thought they would. We were wondering if we'd see a little less.
Probably a little bit too soon. I mean, it just started
All the
recently.
uncertainty and the volatility of it, and these contractors have to be able to lock in the prices, and I'm not sure they were able to do that for these lower prices right now. There's just too much volatility going on.
So they may, yeah, maybe much lower.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Potter.
The anticipation is that next year's bids will come in lower if this oil price stays down where it's at, because the contracts are locked in now. It's kind of tough for them to change their bids now.
If they've already
But
bought.
for next year, we're probably going to see a benefit, so that'd be the time, if that truly happens, that's the time to put it in overdrive and get a few more projects done than normal.
If all goes well.
If all, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Any more discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Aye.
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 All right, motion passes 5-0. Thanks,
thank you.
Virgil.
Madam Chair, I just wanted to mention too, yesterday gas in Oklahoma City was $1.05 a gallon.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I thought when I paid $1.90 yesterday, I was pretty good. Way lower than it used to be.
Yeah.
So, all right, Mr. Mark Mattice, Parks and Recreation Director.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Couple fairly simple orders of business today. As you know, we started a nature preschool at Bertram this last year. It's been fairly successful. We are looking to expand that opportunity to the Annandale Maple Lake area with Nye Park. We have a lease agreement for your approval today. It's been through the county board, county attorney's office, through risk management. And I'd like to have you authorize us entering into that lease to establishing a nature preschool with little nature explorers at Robert Nye Park for the 2021 school year. Reason to get this lease agreement signed is so that they can prepare for registrations, get going on things like that, so.
Yeah. Mark, can you expand a little bit on, sort of how it was operating and going forward, what it looks like?
Okay. We had a 5-day-a-week preschool at Nye Nature Center. Our Nature Center was built in '94. We run programs out there, environmental ed, winter programs. Hamlin uses it in the summer. St. Cloud State uses it in the summer. Follows real closely with our mission for our Nature Center. Environmental education, getting youth involved and things like that. It's for ages 3 to 4, right? Kind of getting ready for kindergarten. They spend 90% of their time outside in the woods, playing in the water. They're all set up at Bertram this year. They're doing hikes, and I mean it's 10 below zero, and these kids are outside. It's been very popular. It's kind of a new trend throughout preschools. And this group here that we're working with is a nonprofit group. They have their own insurance and everything like that. So we're excited to have it come out tonight. I think it fits our mission, it fits our goals of that building. It allows us to have a little bit of a revenue stream on Monday through Friday when we're typically a Saturday, Sunday operation at our nature center with rentals and stuff. So it doesn't conflict with our typical programming and use.
Yeah.
Just expands that without actually putting a lot of liability and costs on the county.
Is that basically, do they have morning and afternoon classes, or?
Depending on their numbers.
Okay.
They're planning a morning session right now. They've also talked about, with where the location of Nye Park, even at Bertram, that, working families, double income families, they have a hard time because they don't have transportation out to the parks. They have to drop them off and pick them up. They're talking about maybe having a morning, afternoon session with a I don't know, I can't remember the term they use. Like there's a break in the middle that those kids can stay, and then they're in all-day preschool.
Okay,
They have like nap time and snack time,
Yep.
stuff like that during that break time to allow for the working double income families to be able to drop off in the morning, pick up in the afternoon.
yeah, no, I think it's just a real win-win situation all the way around.
Madam Chair?
Commissioner Delighten?
I forgot to ask you at the Parks meeting, Soil and Water holds something out there for 4th and 5th grade or something like that?
We partner with Soil and Water Conservation District for the 5th grade environmental days.
That's what it
So
was.
it's a partnership between us and them. And we will work through that. We got the basement, they're gonna be outside.
Oh, okay.
We don't really see a lot of conflict.
Oh, okay.
With the environmental ed days in the May and September. So that'll continue as planned.
Okay.
We're also working with the Nature Preschool to work with the Jane Goodall Environmental Science Academy, that they could bring kids in, their high schoolers to work with the kids and kind of do some education stuff and field and nature exploration. So it might be a three-way partnership.
Cool.
All right.
Madam Chair, once
Commissioner
again,
Bench.
this is a great expansion to see that it went so well out of Bertram. It's because I think because they started off and I think they were planning on adding was it morning or afternoon right away, but they ended up doing it a lot sooner than they were planning on. Wasn't that correct on that?
They did mornings this year.
Yep.
This next year, they're gonna offer an afternoon.
Afternoon, that's what they were thinking. They might be a little bit longer out to do that, but they ended up filling it up a lot quicker than they thought, I believe.
Yeah. Commissioner Potter?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mark, I like things like this because, we pay for these parks, our citizens, and now we're going to get something out of it. They're going to get something out of it. The kids are going to get something out of it. And I just see this as, you get those kids outside and you can teach them about different things. When they get to the regular school, they'll be, I think, better adjusted. And just better utilization of our park system that we have. Something a lot of other counties can't do. We can do, and we've invested all this money in it. It's time to use it. With that, Madam Chair, I'll make a motion to approve the Parks Commission recommendation to enter into a lease agreement.
All right, motion made by Commissioner Potter, seconded by Commissioner Delighten. Is there any more discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Aye.
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 All right, motion passed.
Signatures on the lease is mine and Lee's.
Okay,
So you-
Madam Chair, I'll make the next gracious motion to accept the donation by Clinton Diane Herbst of $1,000 for a memorial bench at Bertram Chain of Lakes. Very nice of them.
yes,
Second.
very generous, thank you. Motion made by Commissioner Vetch, seconded by Commissioner Delighten. Any discussion?
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Potter?
Thank you, Madam Chair. What is it going to say on that memorial bench?
What?
What is it going to say on that memorial bench? I mean, because that's the question, the first one I wanted to ask. What's it going to say on there?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I have the inscription in my office. I didn't bring it with me. Recently in Monticello, there was a Lloyd
Yep.
lost a
Yep.
child.
Yep.
And it's in memory of the child.
Fair enough.
And that's what it says, in memory of, and I can't remember the name, I apologize.
Is it possible to get that on the website or something when say this gets approved? And there's
If they
going to be a
want
bench
it.
out there so people know this is why we're not just approving benches for anything. There's a purpose and a cause and a
It
reason
follows
for it.
our memorial
For
bench
bench.
policy.
We have a policy in place, so usually it's dedicated in memory of an individual or a group or a.
Yep.
Yep.
So Yeah, it does follow our memorial policy that's been adopted by the board.
Thank you.
Very well.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Did I get a second?
Pardon?
I second it.
We have a,
Did we vote on that one?
we have not, we have not
First
voted.
vote.
First, second, we have not voted.
Yep.
Correct.
All right, roll call vote?
Aye.
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 Motion passes. Thanks, Mark. All right. Moving along, we have minutes from the Committee of the Whole on 3/17. And do you mind just kind of taking us through that, Administrator Kelly?
Sure, will do. As mentioned, there was a committee of the whole on the 17th. The topic was the coronavirus or COVID-19. We had all 5 commissioners in attendance, in addition, multiple staff from several departments. Really, it was an overview provided on what we knew as of that date, and as you know, that is a very highly evolving and moving rapidly in this situation. So Sarah Groshess, our Public Health Director, provided a presentation providing an update on March 17th. At that time, we only had 60 positive cases in the state, and that number certainly has increased. The main outcome of said meeting was that we scheduled a series of meetings to discuss coronavirus or COVID-19, specifically a continuity of operations planning meeting that was scheduled for 9 a.m. on Wednesday the 18th, a committee of the whole that was scheduled for 11 on Thursday the 19th, and an emergency county board meeting, 10 a.m. on Friday the 20th. Quick summary of the minutes. As you know, those meetings have all taken place thus far, and we've approved minutes. So, summary of the minutes from the 17th.
All right, thank you.
Make a motion to approve the minutes and the recommendations, which have all already been
Yep,
done.
all right. Motion made by Commissioner
Second.
Lyon, seconded by Commissioner Vetch. Any more discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Aye.
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 Okay, motion passes. So we're moving on to the future of county board meetings.
Madam
Administrator-
Chair, I just wanted to have a question, because if we are having our committee whole on April 26th, now, and we were going to discuss the ongoings about this, we wouldn't have another board meeting because we canceled the 31st, and we have our work from home expiring on April 4th. So the question is do we bring back the 31st meeting, or do we schedule a different meeting at a different time so we can discuss?
We'll have
Going forward.
more
We will.
answers by that time, so I think we should probably have another meeting before that 4th.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Do you want to keep it on that
Maybe the
Tuesday?
Thursday or something,
So you want to go with, what is that, the
Thursday or Friday.
Thursday be better, than we're closer to seeing what things have transpired. So maybe you want to wait and do it on the April 2nd?
Yeah, because it's, yeah.
Or do you want to go?
To do it on Tuesday when things could change again, we probably want to be closer to when, or have a better idea what's going to happen.
For clarification, are you talking about having a board meeting or a committee of the whole?
Well, we're having a committee of the whole this week on Thursday.
On Thursday.
Then I think we do have to have a board meeting the following week to solidify any decisions. The question is do we do it on the Tuesday the 31st, or do we wait and do it on Thursday the 2nd?
Yeah, I'd say either Thursday or Friday,
We
whichever.
probably have more,
I would say the
more
2nd.
information by the 2nd as opposed to the 31st.
I'd
No,
rather,
I agree.
yeah, I agree. Second, because we want to have time for staff to get information out. I hate to do it on a Friday, then it really
Right.
puts the administration, if there's any major decisions that are made, to get admin time to get information out.
Could we maybe do it later in the afternoon then? I mean,
Be
Yeah.
my preference.
You want to do like a 1
Yeah.
o'clock, or you want to do a 2? The governor usually does press conference stuff at 2.
that's what I'm wondering, maybe
So do
we'd
you
be
wanna do
better
3?
off waiting till 3?
Yeah, or 3:30, I don't know.
I just-
Do you want to get some, wait till it's done and get any clarification that you might need, and then by,
Well,
I mean, you know-
it's not necessarily he's going to do the press conference on the 2nd at 2 o'clock. It might happen on,
well, it might be, but I'm just saying traditionally he's been doing
he
most
does
of
them
it
at
too.
2,
Yeah.
right, but what I mean is he may not do it that day.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the 31st is out for me, I might still be gone.
If we do
You
after.
can meet, the second, you're fine, you figure out a date and we'll figure it out. And Charlie?
3
dial
o'clock
in
on April
remotely.
2nd?
You want to wait
by
that
me.
late? Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
3 o'clock on April 2nd?
got it.
All right.
All right. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve having a special board meeting on April, or March 2nd. April
April.
2nd. Well, at least we didn't choose April 1st.
All right.
So March 2nd at 3:30?
3 o'clock, you said?
O'clock.
3 o'clock or whatever you want, 3 or 3:30, I don't care.
Difference to me.
Makes the difference to
Just-
me either.
You can have it at 3 if we're still waiting.
Yeah. All right. You're right. Did you
All
get a
right,
second
motion
on
made
it?
by Commissioner Delyden. We need a
Second
second.
that.
Commissioner Vetch.
April 2nd at 3 o'clock, all right.
All right. Any more discussion? Roll call vote.
Aye.
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 All right. Motion passes.
And then just for
Very good.
clarification, we do have a number of meetings as we're getting into April. Of course, we have a board meeting planned for the 7th, or had discussed it. Human Services Board, April 13th, the workshop on the 14th. Are we planning it this time until further guidance? Those are going to be still scheduled?
I think
Wait
at
till-
this point, we'll have a better answer.
I just hold tight on it. I'm with you, Commissioner Dahlhead, and I think we'll just take it day by day. I'd rather, we'll talk about it on Thursday this week and we'll kind of,
And then again, we'll have the board meeting.
Yep.
Right.
You know,
Next
let's see what
Thursday.
happens.
yep.
You know, somebody come up with the miracle cure.
I think if there's, some advisory committees are just postponing or using other means to meet. So perhaps that's one way to deal with things, but I agree. We'll have a better picture in 2 days, and then we'll have even a better picture on the 9th. We can make those decisions.
Okay.
All right, is there any more discussion? Or we did?
Yeah, we guess we didn't have any, is there no action?
Yeah,
Yep.
We voted on.
we voted on the other one.
Yep.
Okay. Madam Chair?
Commissioner Delyden?
If the governor decides to shut the state down, trying to get that information to everybody is going to be important, and regarding what are considered essential services and that sort of stuff. I would just like that we would use the county website also to provide that information to the public. I know on Facebook, yes, last night there was a lot of discussion regarding DMV and driver's license and expiration of tabs because of what the state had said, that they're not going to, that they still will charge people if you have expired tabs and license and all that sort of stuff. So there's some concerns about that on there. And I just said that we're working on it and trying to figure out how we can move forward and keep everybody safe. And then Sherburne County's also now taking appointments for that sort of stuff, so.
And-
I just want to try and get that information out to everybody.
And then, Madam Chair, we also got an email from Becky sent out that they're extending the real ID deadline, but they haven't given a determined date yet.
When did that come out?
Just this morning, just like in this meeting at, 9,
Oh.
yeah.
8:53 or
Yep,
whatever.
it's real recent news, so that's a huge.
So they are extending
They
it?
are extending it. They haven't disclosed the date yet for the extension, but they are extending out the real ID, so.
No, that's feds that are doing that.
That's feds, yep.
And Madam
Good.
Chair?
Yes, Commissioner
Thank you,
Potter?
Madam Chair. This was anticipated with this coronavirus. This was going to happen because there's no way they're going to get all this done. If you have to apply by June to make sure you get it by October, there's no way in God's green earth that's happening right now with the way things are. Extension is just a natural. This is one of the few times that they would actually grant you an extension without putting you over the fire.
Yeah, there are other states other than Minnesota that are behind the 8 ball on this
It's
too.
only a
right
couple
now.
others. There's not that many.
No, but still a lot of people.
All right. So, moving on, any advisory committee, advisory board updates?
Madam Chair, I'd just like to share that I want to thank the city of Monticello for their resolution in support of our dental center bonding request at the state that they passed last night. I've also got a few other letters that I'm going to kind of work on collecting together with you, Administrator Kelly, so we can get those in the hands of the right people. So,
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get that. I know Representative O'Neill was also on Facebook regarding, or I think it was an email, but he's tirelessly working on trying to make sure that we get that, which I will
Yes,
not serve just the Wright County people, but it will also serve
the region,
surrounding counties too.
Correct.
To help those people stay out of the emergency room, especially in this, and this really proves how important it is. Because those people are going into emergency rooms and not getting a problem solved, just getting it a temporary fix. So this just proves how important this is.
absolutely. Well, and this is going to be when a lot of dentist offices right now are shut down. And when this open back up, it's hard enough for those of us that have a lot of choices to get in when the backlog comes up. But when you have very limited choices, for those with the MA or that are cost prohibitive, their barriers their backlog's gonna be exponential just because just no options.
Well, the dental centers are open for emergencies.
Emergencies, but yeah, when you get to cleanings, I mean, I can imagine what it'd be.
Oh, yeah, that's
To
gonna
get
be
an MA cleaning was already weeks out and you'd have to drive 20 miles to get it. Now, when these facilities open up for cleanings again, I mean, somebody with MA is probably gonna be out, I'm just gonna speculate, probably 6-8 weeks
at least.
at least.
I don't know, my dentist, it's like 3 months or 4 months before cleanings. If I cancel one, it's another
Yeah,
4 months before I can get back in.
right, regular
Yeah.
dentist.
Regular
so-
dentist, so I don't even, I have no idea.
One
what
year
they're-
dentist, because obviously he's got, not quite as busy.
Maybe they just really like me and they squeeze me in there. They always tell me 2 weeks. 2
Yeah,
weeks.
do it, really.
Madam Chair.
All right, Commissioner Potter.
Thank you, Madam Chair. In the dental clinic, we should stand a very good chance, regardless of what happens down at the House and Senate there, for the fact that we have a lot of in-kind and payment towards this with the space and everything else, because the leveraging of the dollars, they're putting very few dollars in for what they're going to get return on this, and I think both sides of the aisle see that pretty clear. I don't think this one's in the danger of going through the conference committee and getting spit out somewhere else. I think this one's got a really good chance. There's a few other ones in there you kind of question, because anytime it goes in that hopper, you never know what's going to happen at the conference committee. That's what that referred to as that smoke-filled back room, that the deals get done. Been a part of that a few times where it's all in at the beginning and somehow it disappeared before it gets to the end. But this one, I feel pretty confident. This is pretty simple. It's not a big ask. A lot of leverage involved in it, and a lot of people and a lot of money gets saved for the state, and they got to be able to see them dollars. I think all of them see the dollars there, that this makes sense.
But you're right, this will save the state a lot of money.
Oh.
Or an opportunity, because we are providing the location, so it's, shovel ready. Building's there.
Yep.
It's a perfect location too.
Well, and the value for the dollar, for the thousands of people it's going to serve for the amount of money that's being asked is.
It's great,
Chair.
it's very reasonable.
Another benefit is a couple weeks ago, one of the news programs had somebody from the state with dental talking about the MA people and by having bad oral hygiene, that hurt, the strokes, the heart attacks, every other medical anomaly that comes with it, where this is important to get this. They were reaffirming that this is really important for you to have. So the timing was impeccable for them, because it had nothing related to us, but it was just out there that this is kind of important, because especially the kids, if the kids aren't getting the services because the parents don't have insurance or whatever, that's affecting them through school all the rest of their life.
Well, what was it, how many, and I know Center Care and Alina stated how many emergency rooms?
1,800 between 2015 and 18.
That's a lot of people. I mean,
Lot.
right there, that'll save money.
Oh, yeah.
Because those people,
And then they still need to go to the dentist anyway.
Yeah,
So,
it's just
you know,
pain management.
It's just.
Yeah, I mean, no, it
Basically,
doesn't solve
yeah.
the issue.
Or they might give them antibiotics or something, but.
And that's a lot of money at an
It's a lot of
emergency room.
money, for sure. All right, Commissioner Potter, do you have any?
Just a couple things, the second round interview for the executive director for the Economic Development Partnership has been postponed for a little bit until we see what the governor's going to do on this. We anticipate within the next week or two to actually move forward with that, because we had to put it on hold for a little bit and see what's going on. We're down to 2 finalists. Both of them are uniquely qualified for this, and we'll just have to see how it goes from there. And the only other thing is on April 21st, I will not be at the board meeting here. I will be exercising my duties as president of Transportation Alliance. I'll be out in Big Stone County to address their board on things going up. It's just to let you know now that I won't be here on the 21st of April. That's it.
All right,
I-
Rich?
I've already shared mine.
Yeah, I guess, you know, I've had a number of meetings since we last gave updates, but I guess, you know, a lot of the meetings too have been canceled. I mean, I've never had a calendar where cross out, but yeah, just want to thank everybody for, you know, working through all this, and our safe communities of Wright County. The big item after recognizing Chief Herr for all of his years of service was really the COVID, and so that's coming up in pretty much every committee, workforce, at the Workforce Center, and for the Career Force, I should say, new name. And we actually tuned in to the governor's message on that Friday. So it's happening, it's around us, and we'll just keep moving forward and doing everything we can to keep our staff and our citizens safe, and our social distancing, and working from home as many of our staff as we can. So, Commissioner Delight?
Yeah, the highway department, they were trying to, the guys that plow the roads, they were trying to figure out how they can work from home. I keep telling them it ain't gonna happen.
They're out in the elements. I think they're fine.
Wright County Community Action is serving has some senior programs available, and one of them is some meals. They have some meals available for up to 90 seniors that are in need. So if you know of anybody that has a concern with food, relative, somebody that you're aware of that lives next to you, contact Wright County Community Action up in Maple Lake, and they'll get you set up. So lower income, you know, people that are struggling. So, and I don't think they have toilet paper available, but they will have food available.
I shouldn't laugh, but yeah.
I know. It's not funny, but it's funny.
Yeah. All right.
Other than that, no. I'll put the big guy there.
All right. Yes. He probably has lots to say.
Well, certainly a lot of the time right now is monitoring any developments that come up relative to COVID-19. We've been working through a lot of staff questions and concerns and things, but we're moving forward on that, working on understanding the guidance. There's been some new laws that have been passed at the federal level that take effect on April 2nd, and there's been some ambiguity amongst the labor attorneys that I've discussed it with. So I'm going to get some more answers on that prior to the committee of the whole on Thursday. So, but as you mentioned, a great number of staff are working remotely, and we're finding new ways to do business for the county. Unique times call for unique solutions, so this has been interesting.
Definitely. Thank you. Commissioner Burrell? Do you have any updates?
No, it's pretty quiet here at the farm.
Okay.
Did you get dressed today, Charlie?
Yeah, no, I really didn't have anything. The only thing, we have emergency services board tomorrow, but it will be phone conference, so
Okay.
I'll make that.
Yeah. Good. All right.
One
One other item?
This is on a lighter note. Our first confirmed case of coronavirus, from my understanding, has got the all clear. That person has recovered from it.
Yep.
Commissioner Delight would know that because it's kind of,
Yeah, the second one too, from my
the
understanding.
second one too? Okay, so that's good news. The first one,
Very good
that
news.
first confirmed case has recovered.
And that wasn't, and they were older, so,
Yeah, in their 80s, early 80s.
early 80s, so that's, yep, that's very
I
positive.
just want to give good news so that
Yep.
we do have somebody that recovered. Their first confirmed case has recovered.
Sure, so appreciate that. And I believe they've identified 3 total cases in our county.
Yep.
All right, anything else to come before the board? If not, we are adjourned at 9:46.